Say, Steve, anything special in the mail this week?
Well, sir, we just got this new batch of letters from the mailbag. She left just a few minutes ago. But this message is from a gentleman named... Thank you. A gentleman named Paul Horrigan. Remember the song? Horrible, spells horrible. Paul Horrigan of Sacramento, California, would like to know how the popular expression okie dokie got started. Okie dokie. Of course, we say okie dokie to mean okay, and the switch started with, of all people, President Woodrow Wilson around 1918. He approved documents by initialing them OK, but he used to pronounce OK as OK. I don't know why. Following the president's pronunciation, it became fashionable to say okie dokie or okie doke. Also, Mr. Horrigan, you might be interested to know where the original expression OK came from. Well, it was introduced, we believe, around 1838 by a few Boston journalists as an abbreviation for the phrase all correct. I know that would be AC, but listen, for fun, apparently they were very easily moved to hilarity, for fun they deliberately misspelled the all correct as OLLKORRECT with an O and an A, okay? Okay.
Today.
Thanks, Steve. And remember, Steve's looking for your cards and letters. She is a study in contrast, an electrifying performer who is one of Hollywood's genuinely shy people. But her road to the top twisted and turned many times before stopping at the door of success. Ann-Margret Olsen came to join her father in America in 1946 when she was 6 years old. It was a voyage she will never forget.
I remember vividly. Mom and I came over on the boat. Daddy had left when I was 1 year old. And then it was during the war, so he didn't want us to cross the ocean.
During that trip of a lifetime to the New World, little Ann entertained the passengers with her favorite song.
It's called Violets for Mother. And Mom and I harmonized to it. And I can remember seeing the reactions of everybody. It's a very sad song. And it's just filled with love.
And after 5 years of separation, Papa Olsen had saved a whole lot of love for his little girl.
I had never seen, really, Daddy. And Mother kept showing me these pictures of him. And I remember the first thing I saw was I spotted him immediately. And I thought, what a handsome man. And then I remember the Statue of Liberty, so huge and light green. And I remember the Radio City Music Hall. And of course, we didn't speak a word of English. And I just had never seen anything like it. I mean, can you imagine coming from a little teeny village of 150 people with 4 buildings and coming to this?
Their first home in America was Fox Lake, Illinois, where the Olsens joined a community of fellow Swedes. Here, little Ann-Margret was the center of attention.
I sang everywhere. I mean, I sang at wedding receptions and birthday parties, and they'd always get little Ann-Margret up to sing in a cappella, and it didn't matter whether it was music or not. I knew when I was 4 years old, I wanted to touch people. Have them feel something because of what I had done.
Ann and Gustav Olsen did everything within their modest means for Ann-Margret, even moving to Chicago's suburban Willamette so she could attend special music schools. As a schoolgirl, she lived behind a funeral parlor, and her bedroom doubled as a room for mourners. Most nights she had to wait for them to leave, and all the while Mom and Pop saved pennies to support her fledgling career.
They were never stage parents, ever. But they gave me singing lessons and dancing lessons and piano lessons.
Ann's talent paid off before she reached high school. A local talent contest won her first prize of $75. Then as a sophomore, a second contest netted her $200. Talent scout Ted Mack caught one of her local gigs and invited her to appear on his hit television show.
In a great big way for you. My heart is thumping, your shirt side is something with them their eyes. You better watch 'em if you're wise. They sparkle and they bubble. They're gonna get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're overworking them. They said you're lurking in there.
She didn't win, but the exposure and attention spurred her to find both an agent and a traveling band to tour with during school vacations, all by age 16. At the same time, she studied hard, and a chance meeting on campus with fellow student Scott Smith was Ann-Margret's start of something big.
I told her that I was putting a band together and was she interested, and she said, the first sentence she said to me was, "Yes, I want to be a star." That's what she said to me. That was the first sentence out of her mouth, and that was, her whole drive was just toward that direction.
The Subtletones headed west to Los Angeles and Las Vegas. Then one night in the Dunes Hotel Lounge, Sahara headliner George Burns spotted the young singer.
He already had his show put together. He had all the acts, and he wanted to see me anyway. And I sang 3 songs, and he said he wanted to have me go with him in the show. I was stunned.
Ann-Margret was on a roll. Talent scouts sought out her act with Burns, and in quick succession, she was signed for a film with 20th Century Fox and a recording contract with RCA. Her star continued to rise, and in 1963, just 16 years after the little Swedish girl stepped off the boat to gaze in wide-eyed wonder at Radio City Music Hall, her 3rd movie had the highest gross in the theater's history. In the years following, Ann-Margret has worn the crown of superstar with quiet dignity, an inspiration of the classiest kind to anyone who dares to dream.
I love when people say, "Oh, an overnight discovery." One thing you definitely have to learn when young kids want to get into the industry is rejection. You know, if you fall apart at the first rejection, then you better not be in the industry. It's very cruel, yes, but you have to have confidence in yourself.
Well, thank you for being with us again. Remember, it's never too late or too early to turn your dreams and ideas into the start of something big.